All right, I'm Eric Rodgers. I am publishing producer for Snail Games. We're taking a look at Black Gold right now. It's one of our new flagship MMOs. Right now, Black Gold is pretty much a battle between Steam and fantasy. Magic versus technology, so to speak. We have two major lands, 6 factions, 18 subclasses. The gist of the game is a PvP battle for the war called Black Gold. Most of Black Gold is situated in the middle of the map. Most of the map is controllable by the different factions. It's a lot of land management and strategy going on with that, both sides. There's pretty unique classes in the game, ranging from your standard warrior to shapeshifters and vampires. But the gist of the game is a PvP battle at its finest.
The orientation is to lead them into PvP right off the...
Yeah, it dates you towards PvP in the end, because most of the factions, we start on the two different sides. All the mountains, the mountain ranges are what are constructed of all Black Gold, and this is the areas where the two factions meet in the middle to get the Black Gold. The gist of it actually is you want to build your factories. You have factories that you can build that the ore, mine the ore. But then the factions themselves have to be manned by actual players.
And are those PvP contested?
All contested areas, and that's how the clash goes.
And are those, is that also tied into like a guild or a clan?
Yeah, lots of guild
player.
It's mostly guild versus guild, and when you get to the larger battles, we have lots of vehicle combat.
What kind of vehicles?
Steam vehicles, or you have summon pets, or you can create your own spells or kind of customize your own.
And there's combat from the
combat from the vehicles as well. Yes. We have about just under 100 different vehicles that are a lot of them are customizable. You can build them.
And you can equip various types of weapons and AOE at the
It has PvP battlefields for the weapons, for the vehicles only, and then mix them up as well.
And as part of the individual and a guild or a clan, will there be a ranking system for either or both?
Yes, it's 3 of them. It's with weapons, with vehicles, without vehicles, and both at the same time. So it's 3 different times. We have right now we're planning on 5 different battlefield types. Just for various different gameplay. Right now we're looking at the Kosh fantasy land, where the group from the fantasy world, they're called the Kosh.
Okay.
So of course, you start on the fantasy side, you're in the lush, beautiful jungle areas, but you start on the Steam side, you start in like a post-apocalyptic, rundown town, just steam, gears, lots of heavy machinery, really drab looking. So but then ultimately, as you traverse through the world, you have lots of different locales that we have. It's actually one of the most varied lands I've seen in one of our games personally. As you travel through, you get the ice, you get Egyptian type of settings, you get post-apocalyptic towns. But it all melds together very well.
It's kind of Aztec, South American.
Yeah, because when the 2 different sides, we had to really beef up both sides. It's if this is really Steam, we have to go all Steam with buildings and all very technological looking things, down to the armor.
How long has this been in development?
This has been in development for about 4 years now, in our parent company in China. So our main focus right now is to make this more of a Western build game, as opposed to our previous title, Indonesia, which was centralized in a Chinese theme. This is more this is going to be more of our Western baby, so to speak.
And how is the leveling process?
The leveling process is standard grinding on this one. We're going to go with the no class whole thing, but it seemed to work out a little better with balancing of the characters with having the standard preset classes on this one. Because we're just running into a lot of various balancing issues, especially with the vampire class. It was overpowered. There's a lot of OP was going on, so we had to go back and scale back and decided to go.
Very common with an undead class is the fantasy of it meets the reality of playing. And so most of your leveling is done in the PvP.
We have PvE and PvP as well.
Which would you say is the better path for? I mean,
at first it'll be PvE, but after a while you'll definitely want to focus mainly on PvP because that's where you get all the good weapons and all the good drops.
And the level cap?
Right now the cap is 40, but that could be adjusted. It doesn't have to go. Like right now we leave it at 40 for just testing purposes, balancing purposes, make sure everything is good to go. They would probably pick it up.
Is dodging active?
Active dodging. There's no hard set targeting, so all the combat is pretty much real time. You have to actually target your characters. If you're not facing them, you won't hit them, type of deal. Okay.
And is dodging, is that a full, like a block or a miss, or is it a damage mitigation?
Yeah, it's a miss. It's a definite dodge. Real time dodging. Didn't get this character quite as far as I thought it was going to be.
And for your UI, so we have a lot of players that are going to multi-monitor setups.
Right. Oh yeah.
So
this the Plexi engine actually does use the iFinity and the surround sound from ATI. Personally, I use the ATI at home, so so we got it.
Will there be any? Is the UI locked or will it be movable?
It's adjustable. It's all built in Lua, so it's all adjustable. That's something we've learned from our previous titles.
So at release, you'll have movable UI.
Yeah, we have movable UI. Yes. I'm the only person that has it. So I was pushing for triple monitors.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that feature.
Leading edge technology. I think it's beautiful, especially for an MMO. You got to have. You want your map open. Right. You want your gear open. You want your chat window extra big, and plus you want to see everything. You don't want it all on one screen. So like that's the real. I guess for me personally, triple screen for MMOs is like the way to go.
Get into some combat here.
Yeah, I get a little combat. Run around. Unless we got guys over here.
Find somebody else logged in.
To see if somebody was to where they were supposed to be, because I would pick the one. He's all geared up.
Wanted somebody to fight or somebody to pick on, or so how do you do matching? So in the world, how does level equate? If I'm a new guy and I go into that new area,
it's 80. There's a new novice level areas 1 through 15. Then there's another area, so 15 through 30.
So a level 80 character isn't going to come into the beginning.
Yeah, they're not really. They can't come in. After you leave the novice areas, you won't be able to actually go in. That's a quick cutscene. There's a couple little different sequences they have. They have like a few flying, shooting sequences, and just little things to break up the monotony. Right. We have it's not the cooldown type of, our start of attack isn't cooldown, you can just let it go as like a standard melee attack.
And will they be allowing player-written mods or add-ons with the Lua?
I'm not exactly sure at this time. Like, it's a fine line to thread with that. So
yeah, and certainly the players will use it and abuse it. So,
exactly.
So it's
they're thinking about it, but of course you always run the risk of damaging your own player base by allowing too much freedom.
And is a warrior class or the different classes, are they set for the weapon choices?
The weapon choices are semi-set. Depending, there's a cascade that you can choose from depending on what your class type that you pick. Of course, like hammers, staffs, swords, for your warrior class. And we also have firearms. Clearing out a little bit of fodder.
So click to path for
click the path for turning in. Yeah. Okay. That was my idea actually. I was like, I kind of like the click to go just because you do a lot of running around in MMOs. Sometimes you want to eat while you multitask. So like putting the click in was kind of like it was a nod to everybody. It's like people don't mind being able to do that. I don't think.
And for long-range travel, is it vehicle players only, or is there another transportation mechanism?
There is a large transportation hub throughout the game. There's trolleys that actually traverse throughout the actual lands. There's also pilots that actually will fly you to the different various points once you unlock the different points. And that's when you can fly to the different ones.
And is that so? And that's flight time viewing.
Yeah, flight time, real time.
That's a great eating break. I love it.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, now I gotta go back to the board. I like the fantasy side just because of the look of it. Like, I like the various armors they have.
I think it's a nice. The Knight here appears a nice take on the Aztec with the fantasy, the spikes, but also it's got the kind of flowered feel, like a plumed warrior, the Aztec sort of style to a little bit. And he has a tail. Is that correct?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Spots are somewhat cat people.
And how's the gear acquired? Is it straight loot drops?
Loot drops, you purchase it, and we also have a cash shop as well.
Okay. And what's the cash shop going to be? Is that going to be
mostly vanity items? We try to stay away from the paper power type deals.
Leading into that, how do they feel overall about that?
I think personally, it gets you more legs in your game. When you actually have to work for your stuff, and you can't just drop the $20 and be done, and kind of you feel more attached to your character.
I think our Western audiences have really stepped up time and time again and said that in the U.S. they don't want a pay per win.
Right.
In other countries it's certainly acceptable and it's part of it. So it's good to see that I'm bringing over that it'll still work with the conversion to the U.S. market.
Right now, the Chinese market and the U.S. market completely separate. Now they're starting to understand that American gamers want something different. It might not be the same exact thing that you want, although we do want a quality game. So now we're balancing the effect of how do we actually monetize this in the right way to not to get the most bang for our buck and then still not harm the game.
And so you're going to have server-based, East West, Central, and then those obviously there's all PvP, so you're not going to have a PvP non.
No, they're all. You have a warning when you start the game. This is a PvP open world. You might be attacked at any time. But of course, you still have the novice starting areas where you won't just log onto the game and just start getting jammed in the face.
So we lose your player base.
Oh yeah, totally.
And the payment mechanism is going to be free to play and with cash off. Nice. Now you're a small creature.
You go ahead and get rid of that. You don't see me flying around like that. That's a feature.
It's a skill set of Ice Foot, right?
Yeah. So I can get all the information on that. So actually, just a bug when you first transform into that rabbit.
Transforming is often a dangerous area for lots of things to become buggy. Skills, abilities, items you're holding, all those things.
Plus, we're still really early in testing right now.
I like this. What is this, a saber-tooth bunny?
Yes, the baby bunny, saber-tooth. You actually can grow your pets too, and ultimately some of them can turn into mounts.
Okay. And are there pet classes that are using the external?
There are the different types of there's a battle pets, and there's more buff pets, and there's more aesthetically pleasing pets that just kind of follow you around.
But I mean, are those actually used in combat?
Some of them are. Yes, some of the battle pets are used in combat.
All right. And will the pets and battle pets be store items?
Yes. Some of them are store items. Some of them are just normal unlocks that you get through progression of the game.
Okay. So I see your player menu, like the character menu.
I'm actually the bunny right now.
Your small size, that's great. Some of them, when you transform it, has a really hard time with it. So, nice clean layout.
Yeah, but we've learned a lot from our previous. Let me tell you, because I also act as the localization manager as well. So doing a lot of the UI work and everything, just getting them to understand that our words are twice as big, and we don't like to have everything jammed together in the UI. But now, of course, you can see that it's starting to work out. It's getting a lot more cleaner, a lot more streamlined.
So will they what's the starter, like a starter backpack? How many slots will they have?
Then you're looking at it right there.
And then is the rest unlockable by level, purchase?
Unlockable by level or purchase. Actually, and you can find certain drops that you can expand your
expand beyond the initials?
Yes.
Okay. So will you start with 4 initial bag slots?
Everything is empty. You get the first 2 rows and the 4, and that's about it.
Will there be 4 unlocked when you start?
Everything will be unlocked when you start, yeah. And you just copy the initial inventory.
And for sorting, when you get quest items, when you pick up things that are to be used on something, do those sort into a different quest tab? Very nice.
Potion materials. It's pretty straightforward. We just tried to keep it not getting garbled up, because once you have everything mixed up in one bag, it kind of makes it hard to utilize all your tools. We have lots of open world events, which are not active at this point.
What sort of rewards, what's going to bring the player to the PvP in the mountains, other than resources to build things? What else are they going to get for taking their group and going into these larger fighting areas?
You really want the black gold, because that's how you get your factories to run. Everything runs on the black gold, from the magic spells themselves to the actual technology, from the mounts and everything. Everything is powered by the black gold. So you're going to have a constant supply of black gold coming in, or all your facilities are going to shut down. You won't be able to progress unless you get more coming in. So you always want to be having some factories running, black gold coming in, so you can actually utilize it and make other tools with it, so you can keep progressing.
And so being able to be in your enemy's area and deny them black gold
is what you really want to cut off their supply to slow down their production of their goods. So it's the balance of getting the black gold, bringing it back, making your stuff, getting back out there to stop the other team from getting the black gold as well. So it's a constant back and forth.
And when you're in PvP, is there any player loss? When I kill another player, do I get anything?
It all depends on the different.
Okay. And what are you offering for modes?
Right now we have like the battlefield type, which is one-on-one. Then we have the team base.
Right.
We have like a MODA type deal. And then they're still balancing out a couple more right now. They're still trying to figure out exactly what's the most fun. If you turn around real quickly, you can see somebody in one of our mechs. We switch to the mechs, and you get the first person. Well, there's different viewpoints for the different vehicles. You have third person, first person. Switch sides now. Different mounts that we have.
That's a player rideable mount, right?
On the wrong side of the map.
Just kind of a quick run through it, and then
we got steam walkers, spider tanks.
Red is obviously
the opposition.
So this is
so each one comes with the skills, and then you said that's upgradable. And
yes, certain ones are upgradable. Some of them you can make from scratch, kind of an armored core type deal.
Okay. So,
this is a 7-day gift code for you.
I'll check. Sir,
7-day. When the game launches in closed beta, you'll be able to enter that, and you'll be able to play for 7 days.
Thank you. For individual players, can you make your mech or your
certain classes? Certain classes. Certain classes.
I like that.
They have the
like
aesthetics.
Right?
Aesthetics. They're working on the aesthetics right now. We're trying to make it so that you can have a good, unique feel when you come out on the battlefield. They all that's right. I remember that from yesterday.
It certainly lends itself well to a non-pay-per-win cash shop. You have options.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I prefer the game vanity, is what I call it. There actually is nobody supporting here.
Scare them away.
So it has the mortars and the machine guns.
And is that So how do you run out of ammo again? Is there a point at which you would run out of ammo in a battle or anything?
Normally you would, but in this demo we have everything on our back, so everything on cooldown. Sure. But yeah, that's suggestive. We're really thinking about Q1 release.
And are you in beta currently, or
in China is closed beta. We haven't exactly fleshed out our plans for the American closed beta just yet, but expect some information right after the Take me out of this arena here. It's kind of slow in here today. But it's running. That's a good. It wasn't running the other day.
Yeah.
We made magic happen. I'm on the wrong side. In the last few days, yeah, magic has occurred apparently.
For once the game is launched, has the team given some thought to balancing of sides? So if you come out in America and everybody's like, oh my god, this team pump is the best, and then everybody loads up on a server on one side.
There is an algorithm that they have for balancing the sides, but I'm not exactly sure how they're going to implement it at this time. We're going to have there's probably going to be some give and take. Sure. We'll just see how the servers populate and see what the
bonus possibility of maybe like bonuses to encourage a side.
It might be like that's what we did last time when one of our previous titles. What happened was they saw a character that had a gun, and they thought that character class had a gun, so everybody was picking this class, and they ended up not using a gun, so they were really mad. But we had to give like login bonuses that we were giving to the other factions.
Is this one of the main cities?
Just the main city for the Steam side, for the Bouvants, the humans.
Power lines.
We have like huge floating cities.
Very kind of Romanesque.
See all the cities. You can barely see it back there. But this is a huge floating city.
Vehicles.
We'll have to look with some of the mounts, drive around. First mounts you get, of course, you can't attack with them. You kind of just drive around.
And speed bump.
Speed, yeah. That's the gist of it.
So, what do you have for like guild clan management in games?
It revolves around the factories.
Right.
So once you own a piece of land, you can start building your factories on it. Now the factories themselves have to be manned and worked by actual players themselves as well. So the full factory, you have a factory owner, they have actual employees that actually work the factory. That's how you generate the black gold itself.
And how is that done? How does a player work in
just different mini games that we have. Now you do get benefits and bonuses for being a factory worker because it doesn't sound very
right. That's what I'm saying. What's the draw? I'm telling 30 people, yeah, I need you guys to come slave away.
Exactly, yeah. But there are incentives for running the factory. Different booths, you get more black gold for you to utilize.
That's a good idea, and I can see in some guilds where you have different player types even within
exactly.
people.
Yeah.
So some may love the puzzle jump, the whatever mini games, and those would be a great utilization for that type of activity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is not on. Different teleporters.
Is that a teleporter? Transformer love.
Not active. Oh, I see now why. I'm far away from where I'm supposed to be.
And when you go from each land to land, is that continuous or zone?
It's continuous. Yes. All the lands are connected. The hard part is getting across the mountain range itself. all these are contested lands. Once you start getting further towards the middle, you're going to start getting more and more hostile lands. Stuck in the greenhouse.
And what's the crafting in the game? I know you have the factory and they build stuff. What level of types of crafting?
It's more so you can craft weapons, you can craft armor, you can craft different types of mounts. Now this on the Steam side is crafting, but on the Magic side is more magic spells, more custom magic spells. You can mix magic spells together to get a different effect. But the interface, which is not actually, they turn it on, we turned it off. But it's take one, you get it equals this, take one, take two, but you have different recipes and formulas to follow.
And for endgame is where's going to be the most powerful, say, sword I'm going to get or PvP at endgame?
To be determined. To be determined. Like I said, we're at the balancing things right now where they're still trying to figure out where the. Because I kind of personally like OP things once you earn them, you know.
So in earning it via the number of conquests in PvP or a PvP, you have to. Now, is there any sort of instance dungeons?
There's instances in dungeons. There's open world events that happen as well. But yeah, there's about 20 different instance dungeons for
and what's team base? What's the team size? Six. And then is there any mechanism for raids or larger?
They're still working on. They're still figuring that stuff out. But all the raids and everything are going to play into the big PvP battlefield.
That's what I'm looking at. Is PvP for communication.
Yes.
When you have large groups or you can link squads and platoons, it's certainly for PvP players a great advantage in communication.
Yeah, this is one of our train stations out, trolley tram stops. Ultimately, maybe every 5 to 10 minutes, the train will come through and actually goes through the entire world that it's linked to. And of course, there's different hubs that you have to get off one and get on the other to go all the way around, but this gives you a nice little view of the different areas. I don't know exactly where they're at in the storyline. So
Is that being
catch up.
like an instance there?
Yes, I think this would be for one of the boss battles. See if it's active or not. I might have to take the actual task to get in there. Yeah, I don't know where the task is right now. Kind of just run you around a little bit until I run into something. It's a pretty large world, though.
So if I was going to run across, how long would it take me to get across that continent?
Literally straight across, probably maybe an hour. Probably an hour. Which doesn't sound that fast, but seeing how you can't actually go in a straight line, it'll take you a very, very long time. It took us about a week to navigate around the mountain ranges and everything. I'm sure that, once we're still getting familiar with it ourselves too.
Or ancient Chinese and said you want to say the 1300s.
But as you travel, you can see that the different locations start to change. The weather starts to change. The look and feel and everything starts to change.
Look at the weather. So what's your day-night weather cycle?
It's tied to that.
This is a fantasy steampunk MMO.
It's not like a real time day-night cycle.
It has your traditional fantasies and elf-like character, and then your steam fantasy is very 1920-ish, but it's got facts going on.
I'm looking for the boss battle. I think I have to do a lot of cleaning all the stuff out there to do it.
It's completely different. This is
They give you the producer hack and you jump right in.
I know. Unfortunately, no.
This is traditional fantasy, so you have knights, mages.
I see that was labeled magic, so does it identify technology or magic?
Yeah, that's the one side. One side goes on the other side. The magic side is the side I can't go out of.
The human faction have battlements, and you fight him. Whereas Eleanor was standing on the surface. So it's, and then you have, of course, that's normal person-to-person combat without using any vehicles. No, it's actual, like,
one of the guys to drive me over.
it's like actual faction for
Like a foot or a wing, what's the icon there?
Yeah, it's a foot with the wing on it. He's one of the guys. He's one of the guys I was telling you that flies you around. He'll be one of the guys who will fly you around to different areas.
Mouse clicking, that's WASD, left, right, back, forward. That's it, combat. Left, right click. Left is your quick but inefficient.
Can you swing the camera around free while it's flying?
Your heavy damage ability. Good, thank you.
Like the movement, the flex of the wings. Gliding.
They have a pretty decent animation system that's still coming online right now because they're actually upgrading this engine as they're building this game because it's a proprietary engine that we built from scratch. So they're adding a bunch of nice little small widgets and little cool things with it. So we're flying over to a boss fight right now just to show you the variety on the coast. Hit the portal and go right back. Oh, God. I think we're supposed to sit on the coast. So we'll get another fly through. We'll make it pretty this time.
Watch those wires when he takes off. I think he just hit the wire.
What's the main character carrying a shield?
And what do you control here in the, those are obviously red.
These are all NPCs. The map system actually still is coming online right now.
Okay.
You'll be able to zoom in and zoom out. You pick your different points. You'll be able to label. You can label it on this map. I can't click it right now because I changed my flight direction. I mean, it'll still pop up here just for different points of interest and things of that nature.
Can you put player like a marker so that you can see when you're not right click?
Well, you can't put markers. Yeah.
I'm one of those
Like
individuals.
point of interest.
I like being that pointer. I always have to go back to the map again to see which direction I'm running. You know, all those things.
How do you mount him?
The frame there is for bosses. Is that?
This is this is kind of more like a mini boss.
Yeah.
Just out in the open world.
It's got a nice variety of attack animations.
Yeah, these are just some of the early novice skills too. They get really robust. Kind of crazy. I prefer the gun skills. I just so happen to get on a character that wasn't a gun-based character. And these are, of course, this boss fight is supposed to be team-based boss fight. Not really supposed to be solo, though. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to beat this guy over.
No, it's good to just see the animation that he goes through and the skill sets.
The particle effects, frame rate. I've actually upped the frame rate a lot since the last time I looked at it a couple weeks ago. It was almost unplayable in some of the areas.
And will there be any, for when you're in larger player battles, will there be any sort of culling or
Battlefield itself.
if I'm in open world, people are all in that area?
Well, I'm in that area. When we run, the battlefields themselves are actually closed, like 16 by 16, 24 by 24. It can't start until the actual, until both sides are getting in and everything queued up. That's just standard stuff.
How to get into that? These are your Illinois to get into the cube.
Yeah, it's going to take you forever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you believe in the earth is pure stuff like that. World peace type stuff. I'm trying to get you into this before this guy kills you.
And what about death penalties?
Now you can
Right now, it's just you just go back to your base right now.
you want to shoot
Is there any equipment repair?
There's a quick repair. Their durability goes down every hit. It seems like it's going to be pretty interesting if you're into fantasy. I think the aesthetics of the world are going to be interesting. The clash between the steam and the fantasy. Can't drop my light pillar on them like I like.
And what's is that just like a buffer effect, the yellow?
Yeah, it shows it. Yeah, it shows that I have a buff going. Watch the road.
It's got target activated. So you'll have like an assist function, the target.
You already have, yeah. You also have some of the moves queue up and have them ready to go, and just have like a marker sitting on the. Oh, I'm about to die. Have a marker sitting on when it's ready to go. You just fire it off. I should have just tried to rail on him before. Here he goes. Yeah, we still haven't gotten our first real localization pass in this year. Let go. Take a little spin on it.
Nice targeting on mouse over. Shielding. Wall. What the hell? Moves fairly smoothly. Strafing is nice. Locked into a first-person view in the Steam.
Wow, that's how they found me.
Somebody
No, you're not gonna blow me up.
These two computers, this computer and then these two images, we have another station over there, are playing the same one. The computers on that side are playing Age of Ultron. That's Age of Ultron, that's our Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That lead a little bit with the gun. That was you, huh? So once you're off the mount in the yes,
Yeah,
that's what can happen to you when you're off
You have
the
to go
mount.
run to another one.
So for both Steam and Magic, you're in first person anytime you're in a vehicle in the arena.
The bigger ones, yeah, the bigger vehicles, yes. Smaller ones, you still have the third person view.
They're set at a
Yeah, he didn't like it in that area. Trap.
Hey everyone, it's just about time for another session of photo op. We have on stage and it's a version of our beautiful models. And this is very cool. We're also the first person comes on stage and takes a picture of our model. So we'll get to take together and we'll take this part. We have these
Did I anger a PvE guy over there? I noticed I went into the cove and then he followed me back out. That Wind Queen, or no, that's, yeah, exclusive merchant. Oh yeah, he's the one that was beating on me. Apparently I angered
the merchant got
I aggroed the merchant when I went into the nook there, so he's following me around. He didn't like me in his area. Yeah, he's still chasing me. I made him mad. So there's something you can go back and look at. You can kite your merchants out.
Oh yeah.
I like the different HUD on that one.
This is a magic beast.
Right.
Nice runes and things.
I like the look of the effect when you were coming after me. One of the others was, kind of a sonic wave of there's a lot of different particle effects I see. It's not just like one or two that I see. And
They kind of would affect kind of crazy after a while. There's some of the advanced stuff just. I like eye candy though.
Now, I'm assuming that particle effects will be controllable for levels and graphic settings.
Yeah, graphic settings and standard stuff.
Right.
Different lighting settings and everything.
Okay, are you a stamp holder?
All right, Eric, thank you very much for all your time and for